Good morning, congregation. This is our YouTube video. This is our devotion for Friday. I'm sharing from Romans chapter 8, verses 6 through 11. And that's the passage you may remember. I'll give you the opportunity to look it up yourself. But it says, "So let your sinful nature control your minds, and that will lead to death. But letting the Spirit control your mind leads to life and peace." Well, you may remember that our last devotion that I did with you, we were talking about from Psalm 130 that we can't live by our own strength. We can't save ourselves. And who could stand if we tried to do it? None of us could stand under the weight of our sin. But Paul says in Romans, "For the sinful nature is always hostile to God. It never did obey God's laws, and it never will." That's why those who are still under the control of their sinful nature can never please God. But you, congregation, I want you to hear this. You are not controlled by your sinful nature. You are controlled by the Spirit if you have the Spirit of God living in you. Well, in these times that we're facing right now, we've got a lot of things going on. And we're not bound by our nature. We're not bound by the earth, as we've said before, but the Spirit of God that lives in each of us. Paul looks at and uses John 15 in the images of Jesus. He says, "You are spirit because the Spirit abides in you. You belong to Christ because Christ dwells in you." I want you to remember that like a vine relies on its roots and branches to have life, God, the Spirit, and Christ work together for life. And remember, Paul says that we are part of the vine and the roots of the branch, and you can't have life on your own. And this time, as we struggle with things going on around us, let us continue to focus on Christ. And remember, we can't do it on our own, but Christ and those around us. Let me encourage you to reach out to your friends and neighbors and check on them by phone. Let them know that you care about them and that you love them. And always know that each of us at the church love and care about you. And if we can do anything to make this time better, please feel free to let us know. God bless you, and I hope you have a marvelous weekend. And I look forward to that day when I can put my arms around you and hug your neck and say, "Welcome back to God's house," and we worship together. Blessings.